What's up, beautiful people? Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you're tuning in from. This is Daily Diaries Friday, the channel where every story sparks inspiration and every moment is a vibe. If you're here for the ride, please subscribe, smash the like button, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Share this with your favorite people, and let's create a community full of excitement and good energy. Got something to say? Drop it in the comments. Let's get into it. Prince Harry arrived in Angola on Tuesday, or, as seemingly every British media outlet rushed to breathlessly report, Prince Harry made a surprise trip to Angola without his wife Meghan. Yes, that was the headline across numerous tabloids and broadcast segments, as though Meghans' absence from her husband's international humanitarian work is some shocking, inexplicable twist worthy of national debate. We've seen this song and dance before. Remember last year when Harry made trips to New York City, South Africa and Lesotho without Meghan? The British press went into overdrive, clutching their pearls and shouting into the void, "Where's Meghan? Why isn't she by his side? Why is he going alone?" It's a predictable media pattern at this point. Harry travels solo for a noble cause, and rather than focus on the purpose of the visit, they hyperfixate on who isn't there. This week is no different. Rather than explore the reasons behind Harry's trip or highlight the important work being done, the coverage zeroes in on his solo status. Meghan, meanwhile, is probably just home in California, taking care of their children, working on her own projects, or simply choosing not to travel for a few days. But none of that matters to the tabloids, who seem to delight in stoking speculation and brewing drama from the most mundane of circumstances. The irony, of course, is that when it comes to royal women and travel, the double standard is almost laughable. Take the Princess of Wales, for example. Kate Middleton has reportedly committed to only travelling internationally for vacations, and yet no headlines scream, "Why isn't Kate working abroad?" No outrage, no scrutiny, just silence. Why is it only Harry and Meghan who are subject to this strange media obsession with their proximity to one another? It's as though their every movement must be done as a unit or not at all. There's no room for independence in the narrative the British press wants to push. But here's the thing. They're not conjoined twins. They're a married couple with their own separate duties, passions and priorities. And shockingly, it's okay for them to occasionally do things on their own. What's even stranger to me is how much of the reporting seems to frame this trip as though it's Prince Harry's first time in Angola, as though he's suddenly discovered the country for the very first time and is boldly going where no Windsor has gone before. This is simply not the case, not even close. Prince Harry was last in Angola back in 2019, and it was a major moment. That trip wasn't a casual visit or a photo op. He was there as part of his ongoing patronage work with the Halo Trust, a UK-based charity focused on landmine clearance and humanitarian aid in post-conflict areas. That 2019 trip was particularly poignant because it echoed the iconic moment in 1997 when his mother, Princess Diana, famously walked through an active minefield in Huambo, Angola. At the time, Diana's involvement drew global attention to the issue of landmines and helped galvanize international efforts to ban them. Her work saved countless lives, and Harry has made it part of his mission to continue that legacy. During his visit in 2019, he retraced her footsteps, literally, by walking through a partially cleared minefield in the same region. The images from that trip were deeply moving and widely shared, showcasing Harry's hands-on involvement and his commitment to a cause that defined a key part of his mother's humanitarian legacy. But that wasn't even the first time Harry had worked with the Halo Trust. He also travelled to Mozambique back in 2010, long before he met Meghan, where he again joined the charity's efforts in landmine clearance. There too, he walked through a minefield, met with local deminers, and highlighted the dangers that landmines still pose in communities decades after conflicts have ended. It's a stark reminder of the slow, painstaking work required to rebuild nations ravaged by war. These weren't glamorous royal tours. These were mission-driven trips to dangerous places, places that most members of the royal family would likely never consider visiting. Fast forward to this week. On Tuesday, during his current visit to Angola, Harry met with the country's president, João Lourenço. The two of them had a meet and greet that appeared cordial and warm, followed by a sit-down discussion that likely centred on landmine clearance and broader humanitarian concerns. What stood out to me, and many online observers, was the official statement from the Angolan embassy, which referred to Harry by his full name, Henry Charles Albert David. It's such a formal and almost regal touch, and it reminded everyone that despite his casual image and stripped-back royal role, Harry is still very much a royal by birth. I always forget he's actually a Henry. It's such an old-school name that no one really uses anymore when referring to him, but it's a reminder of the heritage and history that trails behind him, whether he wants it to or not. This entire trip highlights something essential about Harry that the British media either can't or won't acknowledge. He is genuinely committed to humanitarian work. This isn't performative. It's not a publicity stunt. For years, even before marrying Meghan or stepping back from royal duties, Harry carved out a space for himself that was grounded in service, advocacy, and causes with real-world impact. Whether it's mental health, veterans' welfare, or landmine clearance, his work consistently centres on people and healing. He gets his hands dirty, he shows up, he listens, and even when he's relentlessly criticised by the press or dismissed by royalists who see him as a defector, he continues to do the work. This trip to Angola wasn't hyped up in advance, nor was it padded with glossy media coverage. It wasn't a part of a lavish tour. It was quiet, intentional, purposeful. He went to do the work. He met with leaders, continued his mother's legacy, and supported a cause he's long been affiliated with. At the end of the day, Harry's trip to Angola should be seen for what it is: a continuation of deeply personal work, an expression of legacy, and a quiet but powerful example of principled action. And for anyone paying attention, not just to headlines but to history, it's clear that his heart is in the right place. So yes, Prince Harry is in Angola. No, Meghan isn't with him, and yes, that's perfectly fine. What matters is the mission, the progress, the lives changed, and the fact that, once again, Harry is walking the walk. And that's a wrap, squaddies. Thanks for watching and being part of this amazing journey. You're the reason this community shines. Keep being the incredible, inspiring souls you are. If you enjoyed today's journey, show some love with a like, comment and share. Join our family by subscribing, and let's keep growing together. Until next time, dream big, stay strong and keep shining.